Most coaches are sleeping on YouTube. They think if I'm not going viral, then what's the point? But the thing is, going viral is not the only way to grow your business using YouTube. You see, we're in a recession right now, but not just financially. We're in a trust recession. People are skeptical as hell, and there's more info than ever. More gurus, more seven-figure claims, and people are just burnt out. Your prospects, they're doing research. They don't just click an ad, book a call, and whip out their credit card. If you don't believe me, well, check out this message from a prospect who I tried to book a call with back then when I was working as an appointment setter for a fitness coach who barely posted content online. Does this kind of message look familiar to you? If it is, then it's because your prospects don't trust you. They trust proof. They trust coaches who have content. This is where Google's 7-11 rule comes in. It says there that people need 7 hours of your content, 11 interactions across 4 different platforms before they feel comfortable buying. And YouTube is the perfect tool to systematically meet all 3. And no, you don't need to post daily or have a fancy gear. You just need the right kind of videos and integrate them into your sales process. Here's how it works. We're going to create 3 types of videos, starting off with type 1, the authority building videos. These are videos where you teach, break down your method, or share frameworks that solve real problems your ideal client is facing. Think of videos like the exact framework that made me $50,000 per month on 3 to 4 calls a day if you're a sales coach. Or 3 reasons your fat loss isn't working and what to do instead if you're a fitness coach. And if you're a career coach, then these are videos like I reviewed 800 resumes and here's what lands interviews. Here's how to do authority building videos. First is you pick one big pain point that you solve. Then you give context behind the problem your ideal client is facing so they understand why they are stuck and why what they're currently doing is not working. You then show your process or framework on how to solve it. And I would also highly suggest that you include client examples as much as possible. Now, don't just teach for the sake of teaching. Teach with intent. Your goal isn't just to educate, it's to pre-sell. Now, why this works is because these videos position you as the expert. When people watch your content and think, damn, I've never heard it explained like this before, you win. Now here's how you can plug authority building videos into your sales process. You can send these videos in your pre-call emails or DMs to warm up your leads. You can also use this as follow-ups if someone ghosts you. And you can also use them in your school or Facebook communities to build authority. So that's for the type 1, authority building videos. Now moving on to type 2 videos, which are client interviews, or I like to call them trust building videos. This is where you bring in real people who got real results from working with you, and not just text testimonials, but actual humans on camera telling their story. Now here's how to do it. Step 1 is you pick the right client, someone who had a clear before and after, and ideally someone your prospects can relate to. Step 2, prep easy and conversational questions for examples. Where were you before we started working together? What were you struggling with the most? What changed after we started? And what results did you get? And finally, you can ask questions like, what would you tell to someone who is in the fence of joining the program? Now, step 3, you just hop on Zoom and record. You just gotta have to keep it chill. No need for a super fancy gear. Just make sure that the audio is clear, the lighting is decent, and the background, it doesn't look messy. And step 4, you make sure to title it smart. You can use titles like how Name lost 18 pounds with PCOS in 12 weeks if you're a fitness coach, or if let's say you're a sales coach, you can title it like how I helped Name quit his 9 to 5 and make 10,000 in sales. Now, the reason why this kind of videos work is because trust skyrockets when a viewer sees someone just like them saying, I was struggling with the same thing and now I am winning. It is social proof that hits emotionally, not just logically. Now here's how to plug this kind of videos into your sales process. You send them to leads who are on the fence or who are feeling skeptical. And we've all had those type of prospects, right? And you can use these videos in your sales page testimonials, right? And if let's say you're in the DMs and someone is hitting you with, I need to think about it, or I'm not sure if this is really going to work for me, then you can just send these client interviews to those prospects. And you could also use these types of videos in email follow-ups after a call or before the sales call. Now, type 3 videos. I call this the search-based videos. These are videos that answer the exact questions your ideal client is typing into Google or YouTube right now. And you're not guessing. You're solving the problems they're already searching for. So here's how to do search-based videos. Step 1 is use YouTube search autocomplete. Start typing questions that your ideal clients are usually searching for. An example for a fitness coach would be how to lose weight with PCOS, and YouTube will finish it with stuff like without exercise, fast, or naturally. And boom, those are your video titles. And step 2 is to use the keyword tools from vidIQ or TubeBuddy. They will show you the search volume, the keyword difficulty, and what's trending. And step 3, film your video around those exact phrases. Start by repeating the questions they typed in and give them a straightforward solution. And now the reason why this works is because this is pull-based content. You're not searching people, they're finding you while searching for solutions. It's passive trust building that runs 24/7. Now here are 3 ways to plug it into your sales process. First is you repurpose this in your lead nurture sequences. Second, you drop links when people ask questions in the DMs that is related to those video topics that you've made. And number 3, you can build a playlist to guide binge watching sessions. Now pro tip, organize these videos into playlists like client case studies, or fat loss mistakes to avoid, if you're the fitness coach. You can also simply title it as sales tips if let's say you're a sales coach. Now just make sure it's aligned with the industry that you're in. Then send the whole playlist instead of just one video. That racks up the watch time and makes your audience see you as the go-to coach in your niche. Now at this point, you might be thinking, well, I don't have a fancy equipment. Cool, neither did Alex Hormozi when he first started. Go look at his old YouTube videos from 2020.
I see so many gym owners make the exact same mistake again and again, and it's forgetting how to position stuff to sell.
They have shitty webcam quality, the awkward lighting, the audio sounds like it's recorded in a cave. But what happened? People still watched. Why? Because the value was gold. You don't need a DSLR, you don't need studio lights. All you need is your phone, some natural lighting, maybe you can stand near a window, and maybe even a mic. But the thing is, there's already a lot of AI tools already out there that can enhance the quality of your audio so that it sounds like you're using a podcast mic. Nobody cares how pretty your video is. All they care about is how clearly you can solve their problems. You might also think like, YouTube feels too slow. I want faster results. Yeah, YouTube is not like TikTok or Instagram Reels where you can post 10-second videos with trending sounds, put captions, get lucky, and hit 10,000 views overnight. On those platforms, it's all about speed and virality. But that also means people scroll past your video in 5 seconds and forget your name instantly. YouTube is built different. People come to YouTube in research mode, and when they find your video, they'll watch it for 10, 20, 30 minutes, hear your full method, and get sold on your way of thinking. So yeah, it is slower to build, but the leads you get from YouTube, they're 10 times sharper, more educated, and way easier to close because the trust is already built before the sales call. And you might also think, yeah, but I don't have time to make videos. Totally get it. But here's the thing, you don't need to be filming every day or spending hours scripting videos. You can just start with 1 solid video per week. Or better yet, turn your existing coaching calls into content. If you're already coaching clients on Zoom, then you're sitting on gold. You can clip parts where you explain a concept really well, use segments where you answer common questions, and you can turn that into shorts or even full videos with a quick intro or outro. You don't need to be filming. Just hit record on Zoom and you're already creating content while doing your job. You're not adding more work. You're documenting what you're already doing. Remember, these videos aren't just content. They're sales assets that work for you 24/7. Film it once and use it forever. And you might also say, but I'm too shy. I've never recorded myself before. And that's totally normal. But let me tell you something. Your audience doesn't want perfect. They want real. The more raw and honest you are on camera, the more people will actually trust you. And here's a hack. Start by recording just for yourself. Don't even plan to upload it. Talk through your method or explain something you know very well. And then once you get used to hearing yourself talk, the nerves fade. Also, if you're a coach, chances are you've done Zoom calls, right? So just treat the camera like another client you're talking to. And lastly, you might also think that, isn't it too late to start YouTube now? It's already saturated. It's never about being first. It's about being clearer and more helpful than everyone else. There are still coaches with no YouTube channel. So just being consistent and strategic instantly puts you ahead of the 90% of your competitors. So to wrap this up, you don't need to go viral. You just need to build a system where every video does a job. It builds trust, it handles objections, speaks to pain points, or get leads warmed up to buy. You're not just uploading content. You're building a YouTube-powered sales engine that runs even when you're sleeping. Now you know how to use YouTube to nurture leads and close more sales. But none of that matters if your intros suck. If your viewer doesn't get hooked in the first 5 seconds, they're gone. No watch time, no trust, and no sale. So in this next video, I'll break down the exact intro script formula that channels like Alex Hormozi, Iman Gadzhi, and Ali Abdaal use to grab attention fast and keep viewers watching. Click here to watch how to script a YouTube intro for business channels. I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.